Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shyam, dear, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
let's,
audible.
let's focus now on our topic. I'm recording this session. After this session, I will share with you.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay.
we have a small topology right now for our basic discussion. We have a small topology, one FortiGate firewall box, and management PC. This cloud is acting as a management PC. So I'm trying to, as per our discussion, I told you guys, port number 1 we can use as a management port. So I'm trying to configure IP address, If you remember the previous session, how to configure IP address on interface. Wait. Config system interface, edit port number 1. Set mode static because I want to configure IP address statically because DSCP service is enabled by default on port number 1. So set mode static IP address, set IP 192.168.1.190. In my topology, in my scenario, I'm using 190. Okay, in your topology, your scenario, you can use any different IP address. Now, 190 set allows HTTP, HTTPS, ping, and SSH end to save our configuration. Like in Palo Alto, we have commit command. In Juniper, we have commit command. In Fortinet, we have end command to save our configuration, to live our configuration. Now, let's verify our connectivity from this management PC. So yes, I'm using same series of IP. So I'm trying to verify 192. I'm trying to verify my connectivity with 190, and yes, I'm getting reply. If I'm getting reply, so I can open any browser. I can open any browser and I can type here 192.168.1.190. Username is admin. And password is 123. 123. Now let's try to log in. So this is the graphical page, everyone. This is the graphical page. Jianan and Shyam. This is
Yeah.
see, this is CLI console. This is CLI console, and this is your graphical page. You can see, guys, on our graphical page, we have multiple tab here. See, if you check, we have multiple tab like dashboard, security fabric, network tab, system, policy and object, security profile option, VPN, user and authentication. We have multiple options are there. Okay, we will work on each tab, no problem. But let's start our discussion. Let's start our discussion with dashboard first. See, we are working with VM firewall box. This is virtual firewall device. You can do all your practice, but this is VM firewall box. So you can see here is the option. Here is a name, Fortigate VM64. If you have Fortigate 90D 60E model, so you can get a name here. We are working with VM firewall box. That's why it's a Fortigate VM64. Now let's talk about dashboard. Now you can on dashboard, this status is selected, and this is your dashboard, everyone. This is your dashboard. Dashboard we are using for monitoring. We can use for monitoring, and here some default options are available. Let's discuss these options. These default options first. Please turn off your mic, everyone. If you have any question, you can unmute. Jianand, Risham, okay. Now, so here we have what? Let's talk about system information first on dashboard. System information. So either you can go with the graphical page or you can go with the CLI option. You can go with the CLI option. On CLI option, you can type a command get system status. With this command, you can get status information like Fortigate version. We are working with 6.4.4. License information, other information you can verify. Same information, system information you can verify with this graphical page. See, host name is Fortigate-VM64-KV. In case if you want to change this host name, So you can go with this command. It's called config system global and set host name. Host name is, for example, firewall 1. To save your configuration, everyone, you can use end command. Now let's refresh our page. So now host name is changed. Host name is firewall 1 now. Firewall 1 now. See, serial number you can verify. See, this is serial number. Firmware version. So we are working with Forti OS 6.4.4. Build version is 1803. Now mode. So the mode of this firewall box right now is a NAT mode. I told you we can use our firewall device as a L3 firewall box, or we can use as a layer 2 firewall box. Layer 3 firewall box is called NAT mode firewall box, and layer 2 is known as transparent firewall. What is the difference between both? How to use transparent firewall box? We will discuss later because we have a separate topic. But right now, the mode of this firewall box is NAT mode because it's a L3 firewall device. System time information, you can see system time, date and time information, uptime information. When IP is unknown because we didn't configure any IP address right now. That's why when IP is unknown. Okay. Now, hello Sayyid, can you hear me dear?
Yeah, hi, sorry. I was in.
No problem. No problem.
I went to pick my son from school.
No problem. Just started the session, okay? 2 minutes. Please turn off your mic, Sayyid. If you have any question, you can unmute. Sayyid, please turn off your mic. Okay, now when IP is unknown right now because we didn't configure anything. So that's why when IP is unknown. License information you guys can verify in case if you guys are working on a real scenario. And if you want to verify your license information like antivirus license information, web filtering license information, or Fortigate support license information. So you can get the license information here. Okay, this is VM firewall box. So yes, it's a virtual machine and we have a single CPU, and right now we are utilizing 100% CPU. We have 2 GB RAM onto this firewall box and we are utilizing 50% of progress. Forti Cloud, it's not supported Forti Cloud option. Security fabric information you can verify here. In case if you want to know all administrator session information, so you can get here with administrator tab. So this admin is accessing this Fortigate firewall box through console, see one console, and through HTTP. So this administrator admin through graphical page, through HTTP, and through console. With administrator, you can see guys, with administrator, we have a profile option. It's called super_profile. What is super_underscore profile? What is super_profile? See, we will discuss in later. We will discuss this topic later. What is exactly a super_admin profile? What is professional_admin profile? We will discuss later. But right now, I'm giving you idea that this default administrator, we have a predefined profile is called super_admin. Now on dashboard, you can verify your CPU utilization information, memory utilization information, and session information. You can set your timer. For example, I want to see CPU utilization information after every 1 minute. So you can decide. I want to see CPU utilization after every 1 hour. You can see. Memory utilization, you can verify session information. These are the default options are available on your dashboard. In case if you want to add more information, so you can click on add and see these options are available. For example, I want to verify interface bandwidth. I want to verify interface bandwidth utilization information. So you can click on interface bandwidth. I want to verify bandwidth utilization on port number 4. You can click on add. I want to add HA status information. Maybe this firewall box is participating in failover. I want to verify my HA status information on dashboard. So you can add. You can click on add and now see HA status information. Right now, this firewall box is not participating in any failover configuration. That's why the HA mode is standalone. See bandwidth utilization. Any problem? Clear now my point? Ghanshyam,
Yes, clear, sir. Yeah, clear.
Clear.
Syed.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, clear.
Now, see. So we have default option, or in case if you want to add more information on your dashboard, you can. Now let's talk about these options now. These options now. So you can see, guys, if you click here, you can search. You can search your tab. For example, if I want to configure IP address on interface, what I can do? I can click on network. I can click on interface. I can select my interface. I can configure. So in every tab, we have multiple options. See, in policy and object, we have multiple options. In security profile, we have multiple options. So in case if I'm looking for interface keyword related tab, so you can search from here. Maybe you are new on Firewall box, so you can type here interface. I'm looking for this interface keyword. You can press enter, so you can get all the tab information related with this keyword. And I'm looking for what? Network interface. So yes, you can click. If you click here, it will automatically redirect onto the network and interface tab. See, if you click on network interface, wait, let's refresh this page first. I'm here. Now let's try to search again. So interface. I'm looking for network interface. If you click, it will automatically redirect on network and interfaces. So this is search option. Okay, in case if you're looking for any search option, you can search here. You can go with the CLI console. CLI console. This is complete console option, guys. But in case if on first time, yes, you need to go with this console option. First time, this console. But once you have a graphical page access, so on a graphical page, you can go with the CLI console option. It's the same. See. So
Sir, what is the difference?
There is no difference. Okay, there is no any difference. Okay, this CLI console you can only access when you have a graphical access channel.
Okay, sir.
If you don't have graphical access, you cannot access this option.
Oh, okay.
The first time you can access your Firewall box with this console, this CLI console. Clear now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Clear. Yeah.
Now, in case if you want to go with the full screen mode, everyone, you can click here. You can full screen mode. If you want to exit, you can click on exit on full screen mode. Okay. In case if you are looking for any help, like for example, you are looking for any help related with any topic, so you can click on online help. It will automatically redirect onto the Fortinet document library. And you can see now, wait, see. Right now, Ghanshyam, we are working with Fortinet 6.4.4, right? Our OS version is 6.4.4. So it will automatically redirect onto the 6.4.4 document library. See?
Okay.
Everyone. In case, guys, if you have any other Forti OS version, so you can click on Fortigate and you can search as per your requirement. For example, in my organization, I have 7.0. You can click. You can get administration guide, new feature, PDF file you can download, Fortigate devices information. So in case if you are looking for any topic related help, you can click here. You can click on online help. It will automatically redirect on Fortinet document library. This bell icon can give you the idea about the license. See, onto this Firewall box. See, yes, we are working with VM Firewall box, and this image is only valid for 15 days. After 15 days, what you can do, you can right click onto this image, stop, delete, and you can add a new, no problem. So, but you can get the license information here. Now, administrator information, yes, administrator name is admin. And we are working with VM Firewall box. That's why Fortigate VM64. Forti OS version 6.4.4. Build version 1803. If you click on system, you can see these options. You can restart or shut down your firewall device. This is a graphical option. In case if you go with the CLI, If you go with the CLI, so command is to restart your firewall box, execute, reboot. You can press enter. I'm not going to use this command. I'm giving you idea. Execute, reboot, or execute shutdown. You can press enter to restart or shut down your firewall box. Now we can talk about system requirement. System requirement to for set up the lab, Praveen. I will tell you, okay? Okay, no problem. See, Praveen, you need to have 8 GB RAM on your machine. And on Sunday, I can help you. Today, we will discuss our topic. On 28, we will discuss our topic. On 29, I can help you. I can help everyone to set up the lab, Praveen. Clear now? Yes. Okay. Okay, now. So now let's talk about other options here. You can click on system, you can click on configuration. Now we can talk about backup and restore. Everyone. Backup and restore is very simple task. Like other vendor, like other firewall box, it's required few steps for backup and restore. See, if you click on backup, you can see backup to local PC or USB hard disk. So we are working with VM firewall box. That's why USB disk option is not highlighted. But yes, you can go with the local PC. So I want to store my log onto this local PC. Yes, you can click on OK. Right now we have our default configuration, right, Sayed? Because it's a new firewall box.
Yeah, correct.
Nisham, Jianan, right now we have a default configuration. So I'm trying to take default configuration backup. You can open this configuration file, this backup file. You can click on open. And this backup file, everyone, you can see this backup file. See, it is in a clear text. It is in a clear text format. You can see all the configuration, default configuration. Now, in case if I want encrypted backup, because this file, if anyone can get this file, can verify the information because it is in a clear text, right? It is in clear text. So in case if I want to go with the encrypted backup, what you can do, you can enable this encryption option. You can enable and you can set the password. You can set password. Why password is required? Because see, if someone is trying to restore this backup file, so it's required password to restore. So I can set a password here, 123, 123. Now for encrypted backup, you can just enable this option, click on OK. Click on open, click on OK. Now, so we have two backup file, everyone. This backup file, it is in a clear text format. And this one, everyone, see. Raveen, Sayed, Jianan.
Yeah, clear, sir.
Kansham, see this second backup file, it is in a clear, it is in an encrypted format. Okay.
Yeah.
Now see, so the first difference is what? First difference is what? The clear text backup, it is in a clear text format, and another we have encrypted backup format, encrypted backup file. This is the first difference you can say. This, what is the second difference? Second difference is
Password.
you can see guys, this first line. You can see guys, this first line. This first line is what? This first line is not encrypted in both backup file. This first line is not encrypted. See, because the first line will give you the idea about the Forti OS version and model information, build version information. See, onto this clear text backup, you can see 6.4.4. It's a Forti OS version and build version is 1803. And on clear and on encrypted backup, you can verify the same information. See, 6.4 Forti OS version and build version is 1803. Clear? So why first line is not encrypted in our encrypted backup? Because the first line will give you the idea about the Forti OS version and about the product information.
Model number.
Clear now?
Product and
Because you cannot,
model number.
yes, model name or build version, you can say, everyone. You cannot restore this configuration in 7.0 JN.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is what
Yeah. Okay.
backup option. So you can take a backup, everyone, and now in case if you want to restore, the task is very simple. You can click here, you can click on configuration, you can click on restore, and you can select your option. See, restore from local PC, you can upload your file, you can set your password, done. You can click on upload, you can select, and you can upload your file. You can set your password. It will restart your firewall box and it will restore the configuration. So backup and restore, it's very simple. Okay, we have another option, everyone. If we have another option for backup and restore, see, right now this option is what? Local PC. This option is what? Local PC. But maybe in my organization, in my scenario, my firewall, I want to send this firewall backup onto this TFTP server. Maybe in my organization, we are working with TFTP server. And I want to send all the backup configuration file onto this TFTP. Then you cannot do this with graphical page. You can go on to the CLI option. CLI option. What you can do on CLI? See, right now I have a small topology. I told you I have one Fortigate firewall box and one management PC, right? I have two devices. And this cloud is what? This cloud is my laptop. So on my laptop, I have a TFTP application. Let me show you. You guys can download any TFTP application. I'm using 3CD because this single application can help you for multiple practical. Like this single application you can use for TFTP service, you can use for FTP practical, you can use for syslog. So that's why I'm using this application. Otherwise, you can download any TFTP application and you can install on your machine. So TFTP, configure TFTP. Yes, I upload and download. So I want to upload and download all the backup file on desktop and on Palo Alto wildfire folder. You can click on OK, you can click on apply, you can click on yes, you can click on OK. Now, right now there is no any backup. Now I'm trying to go on to the CLI option. So you need to verify your connectivity first. You need to verify your connectivity. So my laptop is acting as a TFTP server right now. So on my laptop, you can see guys, I'm using 1.4. So let's verify our connectivity with TFTP server. So execute command, execute ping. What I want to execute? I want to execute ping command. So execute ping command. IP address is what? 192.168.1.4. 1.4. See, I'm getting reply. I'm getting reply. If I'm getting reply, now I can use my command. So command is config. Wait. Execute backup. Question mark. Configuration backup. Where you want to store your configuration backup? On TFTP, on FTP. So I want to store on TFTP. Please provide TFTP. Please provide a name, file name. So it's firewall 111.cfg. Just a name, just a name. Now, question mark. You can provide IP address of TFTP server. So as per my small topology, IP address is 192.168.1.4. 1.4. See? Done. You can go and check on Palo Alto wildfire. Wait. Palo Alto wildfire. Our file name is what? Firewall 111.111. See, everyone? Clear now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Clear.
So either you can go with the local PC. What you can do, guys, either you can go with the local PC option. You can select backup and restore, or in case if you have TFTP application. So yes, you can go with the CLI option. Now let's talk about the next concept. Guys, we are here. We are talking about our first topic. First topic is called Introduction and Initial Configuration. We are here right now. Kansham, Sayed, Praveen.
Clear,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. So now let's talk about again our introduction and initial configuration. This topic again. So in introduction and initial configuration, let's talk about our next topic. Is called RBAC concept. What is RBAC concept? RBAC is called
Full base.
role based access
Access
control.
control.
So I can create multiple firewall administrator. See, I have a Fortigate firewall box. And to manage this Fortigate firewall box, I can create multiple administrator. For example, I can create admin 1 and I can create admin 2. But I want to define a different level of access, or you can say I want to define different privilege for each administrator. For example, admin 1 is my L3 administrator, for example. L3 administrator, he can do anything. He can do any kind of changes. So what I can do, I can create admin profile. What I can do, I can create admin profile here. For example, L3 admin. It's just a name. L3 admin, it's just a name. You can use any name here. Your name, my name, no problem. So I can create a profile. It's called L3 admin profile. And into this profile, I can define the privilege is called full access. You can say full access. And this profile I can attach with this admin 1. So whenever admin 1 will log in into this Fortigate firewall box, he has full access. I can create one more profile is called L1 admin. It's just a name. And into this L1 admin profile, I can provide the privilege read only, for example. Read only. This profile I can attach with admin 2. So whenever admin 2 will log into this firewall box, he can only read the configuration. He cannot change anything. So this concept is called role-based access control. I can create multiple firewall administrator and I can define the privilege for each administrator. Clear my point, everyone? Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Clear the
Yeah,
concept?
clear.
Now let's go to the firewall box. Let's go into the firewall box. So you can click on system. You can click on system and you can see, guys, you have two options, administrator and admin profile. If you click on administrator, in case if you click on administrator, you can see, guys, you have admin account. It's a default administrator. With this default administrator, we have a profile is called super_admin profile. Super_admin profile. And type is what? Local. It means this administrator account is available in Fortigate firewall box local database. Now, if you click on admin profile, so yes, to define the level of access, or you can say to define the privilege, we can create our admin profile. If you click on admin profile, you can see here we have two predefined profile. These are what? Predefined profile. The first one is called super_admin profile. And second is called professional_admin. So we have two predefined profile. Everyone, please wait. Okay, everyone, can you hear me? Kansham, Jairan, Praveen, Sayed.
Yeah, yes, sir. Again.
So here we have two predefined profiles. It's called professional underscore admin and super underscore admin. What is the difference between these two these two predefined profile? See, if you select super underscore admin profile, so option is view. Option is view. If you select professional underscore admin profile, option is edit. So the first difference is what? You cannot edit super underscore admin profile. If you click on view, you can only view the permission. And these are what? These are the access control option. These are the access control. See, network tab, system tab. And you can see guys, for each access control, default permission is read, write, read, write, read, write, read, write. And you cannot change anything into this default super underscore admin profile. You cannot change anything. You can click on return. You can click on return. If you go with the professional underscore admin profile, you can, yes, you can edit. You can edit, see, for example, read, or read, write, read. You can change. So if you want to change anything in profile, so you can only change it professional underscore admin. You cannot edit super underscore admin profile. This is the first difference. This is the first difference. What is the second difference in between super underscore admin and professional underscore admin? See, I told you guys, remember this concept? I told you in topic discussion, I told you we have a concept is called virtual domain. Remember, I told you guys yesterday session, we can Ghanshyam, Praveen,
Yes.
we can divide our single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box, right? Everyone?
Yes.
So, see, my point is what? See, for example, I can divide my single firewall box into multiple virtual firewall box. This concept is called VDOM. VDOM. So this is called marketing, sales, and HR. So I have a default admin account. It's called admin. And if you guys remember, with admin account, we have a predefined profile. Is called super underscore admin profile, right? We have a predefined profile. If any administrator has super underscore admin profile, any administrator has a super underscore admin profile, he can do anything. He can go in any firewall device and he can do any kind of changes. Okay, but in case if you want a dedicated administrator for each firewall box, for example, admin 1 for marketing, admin 2 for sales, admin 3 for HR. So yes, you can create separate administrator for each window. And if you are creating multiple administrator, separate administrator, so what you can do, you can attach your professional underscore admin profile with these administrators. If you attach professional underscore admin profile with admin 1, so he has full access, but only in marketing. I can create admin 2 with admin 2. What I can do, I can attach this professional underscore admin. So this admin 2 can do anything. He has full access, but only in sales firewall box. Clear the second difference?
Yes.
Yeah, clear.
Anand, Syed, Ghanshyam, Praveen.
Yeah, clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see. So this is the second difference. Now, so these are what? These are the predefined profile. These are predefined profile. If you want to create your custom profile, for example, so yes, you can create. And see guys, right now with super underscore admin, we have a reference number. and reference number is 2. What is 2 exactly? If you click here, it means 2 means what? You are utilizing this super underscore admin, or you can say you are using this profile super underscore admin somewhere in configuration. Right now, if you click on reference, so you are using on 2 places, or single sign on and on system administrator. That's why this reference is 2. What about this professional underscore admin? It's a 0. Why? Because we are not using this profile anywhere in configuration. That's why it's 0. Now let's create our custom profile. In case if I want to create custom profile, I told you we have custom profile we can create. You can click on create. You can give a name, for example, L3 admin. L3 admin. Now permission you can set none, read, write. So into this profile, into this L3 admin profile, I'm trying to attach read, write, everything, full access, you can say. Read, write for everything. You can click on OK. This is custom profile. Let's click on create new. Let's create one more profile. It's called L1 admin profile. In L1 admin profile, just a name, everyone, just a name. So into this L1 admin profile, I'm trying to attach a read permission for everything. You can click on OK. So we have 2 custom profile. Now let's create our administrator. So you can click on administrator. You can click on create new. You can click on administrator. And now here's the option, username. So I'm trying to create a new administrator. Let's give a name, admin 5, for example. Type is local user. It means I'm creating this admin account in Fortigate Firewall local database. If you have any remote authentication server like Radius, TechX, LDAP, so yes, you can define here. If you select this option, you need to define your remote user code. So right now for this basic lab, I am creating this admin account in local database. No problem. Password, I'm using 123. Confirm password 123. Now, with this admin per 5, I'm trying to attach my profile L3 admin profile. L3 admin profile I'm trying to attach with admin 5. You can click on OK, no problem. But here is the option. Restrict logging to the trusted host. So here you can specify the trusted IP address information. For example, only this specific IP address can access this firewall device with this username. So you can define your trusted host information, trusted host, trusted subnet. You can define it. For example, 192.168.1.115/32. So only this specific machine can access this complete 48 firewall box with admin 5 user account. Clear my point, everyone?
Yeah, yes, sir. Clear.
Now, so I'm not adding right now. Anyone can access. You can click on OK. So I have an administrator. It's called admin 5. With admin 5, profile is L3 admin. Type is local. It means this admin account is available in local database. Click on create new. Click on administrator. And now admin 6. Password 123, and now profile is L1 admin profile. I'm trying to attach L1 admin profile with admin 6. You can click on OK. Done. We have 2 administrator. So now let's verify our information. Let's try to log out. I'm trying to log out and trying to log in with admin 5. Password is 123. If you guys remember, with admin 5, we have a profile is called L3 admin profile. Let me show you it. Let me show you L3 admin profile. See, So this administrator can do anything because he has full access. If you go onto the network, if you click on interface, if you select any interface, you can click on edit. Yes, you can edit. If you click on policy and object, if you click on firewall policy, see, create new. So this administrator can do anything. Now let's try to log out. Let's try to log out and log in with admin 6, password 123. Now, with admin 6, we have a profile is called L1 admin profile. And in L1 admin profile, we have a access, we have a privilege as what? Read-only access. So you can check now. You can click on network this time. You can click on interface. And this time there's no edit button. If you select any interface, you can only view the information. If you click on policy and object, firewall policy, you cannot create any firewall policy. See, you can only view the rule information. Clear now the difference? And clear now the topic. This is a small concept is called RBAC. Clear now?
Clear.
Yeah, clear.
Everyone,
Clear. Yeah.
let's take a break for 5 minutes, then we can continue. Okay? Please turn off.
Okay.
Please turn off your mic. Okay, everyone, can you hear me? Shyam, Jianand, Ravi, Sayed, everyone, let's
Yes.
our topic now. Everyone, okay. So again, we are here. We are talking about our introduction and initial configuration. This topic, right? So again, we are talking about introduction and initial configuration. Into this section, we can focus now interface configuration. Now we can focus on interface configuration. So how to configure interfaces on Fortinet firewall box, like physical interface or logical interface, how to configure interfaces. First option, you can go with the CLI option. Remember, you can go with the CLI command, and remember our IP address configuration on port number 1. This option, everyone, remember? With CLI,
Yeah, yes, sir.
we can use a command configure system interface. We can go into the interface. We can configure IP address. We can enable some services, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So see, this is the option. You can configure with the CLI, but let's configure our interface with graphical page. Okay. So let's try to log in with main administrator is called admin account. Admin account. So you can click on network tab. Here's a network tab. You can click on interface. Please turn off your mic, Kansham. So you can click on network. You can click on interface, and here's the option. You can get all physical interface information. So right now onto this firewall device, we have 4 physical interfaces. 4 physical interfaces. See, port number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Port number 1, if you guys remember, port number 1 configuration through CLI, IP address, and services information. Now I'm trying to configure port number 2. I'm trying to configure port number 2 with graphical page. So let's take example, this port number 2. This port number 2 is connected with LAN site, for example, LAN site. This is port number 2. And on your LAN side, you are using 200 network. So I'm trying to configure 200.200.200.1 onto this port number 2. So yes, you can select your interface. You can click on edit. And now you can see that there are multiple options. So we are trying to edit this interface. It's called port number 2. You can give an alias name. So this interface, alias is just a description. Alias is just a description. So this interface I'm using as a LAN interface, or you can say inside interface, or you can say trusted interface. You can give any name. It's just a description. Now here is the option role. So we can define our predefined role. We can add predefined role with this interface, with this port number 2. We have predefined role. See, LAN, WAN, and DMZ. If you guys are familiar with the Cisco ASA firewall box, Cisco ASA. So in Cisco ASA, we have predefined keyword. It's called inside, right? INSITE. If you go on any interface in Cisco ASA, for example, if you go on fast Ethernet 0/0, and if you type this predefined keyword is called inside. So automatically this interface will get a security level 100. And on any other interface, for example, 0/1, if you are using any other name, not inside, not this predefined option, any other name, your name, my name, for example, outside, so this interface will get a security level 0. This is the predefined option on Cisco ASA. So same kind of concept we have on Fortinet. We have predefined role here. If you select LAN, option is change. If you select WAN, option is change. See, if you select DMZ, option is change now. So right now I'm going with the undefined. It means everything I will configure statically. I will define manually. So let's go with the undefined option. But yes, you can select your role, predefined role. Right now, let's go with the undefined. Now I want to configure IP address onto this port number 2. So yes, we have two options. You can go with the manual IP address configuration, or you can go with the DSCP. In addressing mode, we have one more option is called one arm sniffer. So right now our focus is on IP address configuration. One arm sniffer you can discuss in this login and monitoring section. Here I can tell you how to configure, how to use one arm sniffer concept. In Fortinet, you can say one arm sniffer. In Palo Alto, this concept is called tap interface. Tap interface. In Fortinet, you can say one arm sniffer. But right now our focus is on IP address configuration. So yes, we can go with the manual option, or you can go with the DSCP option. So I'm trying to configure IP address manually. Let's configure IP address here. So IP address 200.200.200.1/24. Now you can enable services. By default, nothing is allowed. If you go and check on port number 2, nothing is allowed. So these are the services you can allow. You can enable as per your requirement. For example, if you want to enable HTTPS service onto this particular port, or ping service, FMG access. What is FMG access? If you want to allow Forti manager to access this Fortigate firewall box with this port number 2, so you can enable this checkbox is called FMG access. In graphical page, you can say FMG. In CLI, this is called FGFM. Okay, so you know guys, Forti manager is a separate device. Kansham, Jianand, Raveen, Sayed, Forti manager is a separate box in Fortinet. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone.
Okay.
So with Forti manager, you guys can manage multiple Fortigate firewall box or multiple Fortinet products. So in case if you want to allow Forti manager to access this Fortigate firewall box with this port number 2, so you can enable this option. You can enable SSH, you can enable SNMP, you can enable Forti token. In case if you are connecting other Fortinet product with this port number 2, like you are connecting your switch, your Forti switch, so you can enable this security fabric connection. Right now, I'm trying to enable ping service only. Ping service. Okay, so here's the option LLDP. Receive LLDP and transmit LLDP. What is LLDP? Any idea? Everyone? What is LLDP? Any idea?
No,
Just like CDP.
Thank you so much. Just like a CDP. But what is the difference?
CDP is Cisco
Neighbor device.
proprietary.
CDP is yes, we can get
Cisco proprietary.
yes, we can use on Cisco devices, right?
LLDP is the open standard to receive the non-Cisco devices information.
Exactly. If we are working in a multi-vendor scenario, so in case if you want to know, if you want to go with the neighbor detail information, your directly connected devices information, so you can go with the LLDP, link layer discovery protocol. It's a CCNA topic, everyone. It's a CCNA topic. If you don't know, so please revise your CCNA. It's a CCNA concept, link layer discovery protocol. On Cisco devices, you can go with the CDP. By default, it's enabled, but LLDP is not enabled on any vendor, on any device. See, you can decide enable or disable, you can decide. So LLDP is not enabled. And in LLDP, we have options. We can go with the receive LLDP packet. We can go with the transmit LLDP. It's up to you. Okay, I'm not going in LLDP concept. Okay, this is not a routing switching class. Here I'm telling you, you can enable, like other vendor, you can enable LLDP service onto this port number 2. Now you can go with the DSCP server. in case maybe this with this port number 2, you have a connectivity with a switch, and in your LAN side you have multiple computers, and you want to provide IP address through DSCP service. You want to provide IP address onto these machines through DSCP. What you can do, you can enable DSCP service onto this port number 2. What you can do, you can just enable this option. You can enable. We are using IP address 200.201, so we have a same range. Concept is same, everyone. Concept is same. We can create IP address pool range. We can define net mask. We can define default gateway, DNS entry, lease time. Concept is same. Only you can configure here. So the range is from 2 to 254. I'm not configuring DSCP. I'm only giving you idea. You can just enable it. But right now I'm trying to configure IP address. So yes, you can give an alias name. You can give an IP address information and service. You can click on OK. Now you can verify LAN port number 2 and IP address 200.200.201 and mask ping service. You can verify this IP address information through CLI. Wait. Show system interface. So yes, we have IP address on port number 2, 200.200.201 and ping service. Alias name is LAN. Any problem, everyone? Clear now?
Clear.
Yeah, clear.
So in case if you want to configure any physical interface, you can just select your interface. You can click on edit. Now let's talk about logical interfaces. How to configure logical interfaces. So logical means what? Logical means what? We have VLAN interface. VLAN is what? It's logical, right, everyone?
Correct. Loopback.
Loopback is what? Logical interface. Any other option? Ghanshyam, Jianand, Praveen?
Aggregate port.
Yes, Ether channel.
Ether channel. Ether channel.
Ether channel, perfect. Right? These are the options. So, you know, these logical interfaces we can configure on Fortinet Firewall box. Concept, you guys are familiar with the CCNA topic. So concept, you know. My point is what you can create these logical interfaces on Fortinet Firewall box. You can click on create. You can click on interface. And now you can select type. You can select type. See these options. We have aggregate option, loopback, redundant interface, software switch interface, VLAN interface. Wi-Fi SSID is not your topic. So you can create these logical interfaces. Let's start our discussion with VLAN, with this default one, this VLAN interface, where we can use our VLAN interface concept. So let's discuss a scenario. So for example, here in LAN side, see, I have a 140 firewall box, everyone. I have a 140 firewall box. And this port number, for example, port number 3 is connected with a switch. And on switch, I have multiple VLANs. For example, VLAN 10, 192.168.10.0 network, VLAN 20, 192.168.20.0/24, VLAN 30, 192.168.30.0/24. So I have 3 separate VLAN, and in each VLAN, I have 3 different subnet. Okay, everyone, clear my point? The scenario,
Clear.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
clear.
So my point is what? See, so this switch is connected with this port number 3. And you can see, guys, as per our scenario, we need a dedicated gateway for each subnet. We need a gateway IP address for each subnet, each VLAN. And I cannot configure 3 gateway IP address onto this physical interface. It's not possible. So remember, guys, in CCNA routing and switching, remember a concept is called interfaces, sub-interfaces.
Yeah, sub interfaces. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes.
Router on a stick.
Yes, exactly. Router on a stick. What we can do, on behalf of your single physical interface, you can create multiple sub interfaces. Okay, here we have a same concept, but in Fortinet, we can create a multiple VLAN interface. On behalf of the single physical interface, I can create multiple VLAN interfaces. For example, I can create VLAN 10, VLAN 20 interface, VLAN 30, VLAN 10, 192.168.10.1, VLAN 20, 192.168.20.1, VLAN 30, 192.168.30.1. Now, so this IP address is acting as a gateway for this VLAN, for this VLAN members. This IP address is acting as a gateway for VLAN 20 computers. This IP address is acting as a gateway for VLAN 30. And can anyone help me? What about this topic? What about this link? This link should be
Trunk.
Sorry?
Trunk.
Perfect.
Trunk in the switch.
Trunk. Guys, please wait. Praveen, can you hear me? Praveen,
Yes, sir.
do you know what is trunk?
Yes, sir. All VLAN allowed.
Sorry?
All VLAN allowed.
All villages, yes. Trunk port consists multiple VLAN databases. So we can use this, Praveen, this way we can use this link as this interface as a trunk link. So now VLAN 10 traffic is going to hit, VLAN 20 traffic, VLAN 30 traffic. So my point is what we can, behalf of your single physical interface, you can create multiple VLAN interfaces. I hope the scenario is clear. Now let's create VLAN interfaces. Let's go into the firewall box. So I can give a name here. It's called VLAN 10. Alias is a marketing, for example. Interface, I have a single interface, port number 3. I have a single interface. VLAN ID, you can attach VLAN 10. IP address 192.168.10.1/24 ping service. You can click on OK. You can click on create new again. You can click on interface. Now VLAN 20 sales interface. Again, I have a single interface, port number 3. VLAN ID is 20. IP address is 192.168.20.1/24 ping service. Click on OK. Now again, click on create new, click on interface. You can give a name here. It's called VLAN 30. Alias is HR. Interface is again port number 3. VLAN ID is 30. IP address 192.168.30.1/24 ping service. You can click on OK. Now you guys can expand your port number 3. Now you can see we have 3 VLAN interfaces. Clear now? Anand, Kansham, Praveen, Sayed.
Yeah, yes, sir.
How to create VLAN interfaces. Okay, now let's go with the next logical interface option. You can click on interface. Next option is called what? Aggregate. What is aggregate, everyone? What is aggregate? It's called ether channel. If you guys are remember,
Ether channel.
yes, from CCNA topic. So we have ether channel concept, right? We have it. We have ether channel. What is ether channel? We can aggregate the bandwidth. For example, I have 3 interfaces. For example, fast Ethernet 0/0, 0/1, 0/2. And on each interface, I have a speed 1 Gbps, for example. 1 Gbps. In case if I want a single interface with 3 GB speed, what I can do, I can aggregate the bandwidth of these link, and I can create a single logical instance, you can say, or single logical interface. I can create a single logical interface with 3 GB speed. If you guys remember ether channel, this is the concept. We can aggregate the bandwidth of link. We can combine multiple interfaces and we can create a single logical port. It's called ether channel, or you can say it's called port channel. Port channel. So same concept you can configure here on Fortinet Firewall box. Wait, let me show you. Okay, wait, I need to add more ports onto this firewall box. Wait. 5 minutes, everyone. Now I have 8 interfaces now. So let's click on create new, click on interface. Now let's talk about aggregate. So yes, I can create aggregate interface here. In Fortinet, this is called aggregate. It's an ether channel. So let's give a name, is called ether11 alias for testing and interfaces. So I'm trying to combine port number 7 and port number 8. And it's a L3 ether channel. If you guys remember, we have a 2 type of ether channel, L2 ether channel or L3 ether channel. So this is what L3 device. So I'm trying to create L3 ether channel. So on L3 ether channel, I can configure IP address. So let's configure just example. Okay, 50.50.50.1/24 ping service. You can click on OK. Done. Our ether channel. Clear now? How to create aggregate interface? Sayed, Kansham, Jayanand.
Yes.
Sir, one question, sir.
Yes, sure.
The purpose of this one is for redundancy purpose, or
See, I want a single link, Jayanand, with 2 GB speed.
okay,
That's why with ether channel, with aggregate, I can combine 2 interfaces. I can aggregate the I can aggregate the bandwidth of these 2 link, and I can create a single logical port with 2 GB speed.
okay, sir.
This is called
For bandwidth purpose.
This is called ether channel in CCNA.
Okay. I have not completed CCNA. That's why I don't know. I think.
Okay, no problem. You can watch some video from our YouTube channel. Okay. Otherwise,
Okay, sir.
it's my suggestion. Try to go with the CCNA trainings. Sure. Okay. Because
Yeah. Okay.
CCNA is a base. CCNA is a base. Okay.
Okay.
It's required. Not only for firewall administrator, for anyone, CCNA is mandatory.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, sir.
Now, see.
So,
Yes,
sir,
yes,
I have one question.
yes, yes, sir.
Sir, in Fortinet, it does not support trunk port. Just because I have work on interface like with the channel. I have configured sub interfaces like VLAN and all, but I have never done the.
Because Sayed, it's a L3 box, okay? It's
Okay,
a
okay.
device. So trunk link
When
you can configure on switch interfaces.
yeah, I know. But if let's say if you work if this box is work as a L2 mode, there it is supporting because
And
I
no,
never.
in L2 mode, see this box. If this box is a L2 firewall box, it's not mean it's a switch.
Transparent port.
No, it's not mean
Transparent
it's a
also.
switch. Sayed, okay?
Okay, fine,
If
sir.
this
Got
complete
it.
box is L2 firewall box, L2, so it's a firewall, it's not a switch. Again, remember always.
Yeah, I understand, sir. Just want to, let's say if you are connecting firewall to the switch, if it is L2 connection, that's what my
Yes, but it's
clarity.
yes, it's L2 connection. It means you cannot configure IP address onto this interface, but it's not a switch port. So yeah,
Okay,
all
got it, sir.
okay,
Got it.
okay. Now let's go on to the firewall box. So you can create, guys. You can create your aggregate interface. Let's click on create new. Let's click on interfaces. Now I can go with the another logical interface. It's called loopback. Let's give a name. It's called loopback 10. It's just a name. Remember, guys, loopback interfaces. Loopback we can create for testing. Loopback you can create on router and on other devices, on other vendors. Same you can create here. For example, 44.44.44.44/32 because it's a single logical port. Services you can click on. Okay, so like other vendor, you can also create loopback interface on Fortinet firewall box. Let's click on create new again, click on interface. Now we have another option. Another option is called redundant interface. What is redundant interface? See. So if you remember, guys, aggregate interface, in aggregate what we are doing? In aggregate, we are trying to aggregate the bandwidth, right? For example, if I have 4 port, so I can aggregate the bandwidth of these link and I can create a single logical port with 4 GB speed. Yes or no? With aggregate.
Yes.
What is redundant interface? In redundant interface, yes, I can combine multiple interfaces, but I'm not aggregating bandwidth. Let me tell you where we can use our redundant interface option. Wait. For example, if I have a port number 8, just example, port number 7, for example. This port number 7 is connected with a switch. And you have everything onto this port, IP address configuration, alias, services, everything is working fine onto this port. And traffic is traveling. Okay, no problem. Now, in case if this link down, maybe some issue, some problem with this port, maybe some problem. Then in real scenario, what you can do, if there is some problem onto this port, maybe some issue, then what you can
Change
do,
the port.
you can unplug this cable, right?
Yeah.
Unplug
Connect to
and then connect to the another port.
another port.
Yes or no, everyone?
Yes, sir.
For example, this is port number 8. So what we can do, we can unplug this cable and plug onto the another port, and we can configure same option, IP address, and the services, alias, other information I need to configure on port number 8 manually. Okay, manually. That is the problem. That is the challenge. That's why
take time. So to save the time, we will configure the redundant interface.
That's why, yes, see, the problem is what? We need to configure manually everything. That's why what we can do, we can combine port numbers 7 and 8. We can combine these two interfaces and we can create a redundant interface. We are not aggregating the bandwidth. But once you combine these two interfaces, one interface is acting as an active and one interface is acting as a passive. So you can combine and you can create a interface. It's called a redundant interface, RED1, for example. You can configure IP address here, for example, 70.70.70.1/24. So traffic is traveling via port number 7 because it's active port. If active port goes down, then this passive will become active automatically and your traffic is traveling via this side. This is called interface level redundancy. Clear now?
Yeah, clear.
Everyone?
Clear.
So I can create either you can go with the ether channel aggregate option or you can go with the redundant interface. So you can select this option. You can give a name. It's called red1, for example, red1. And now I'm trying to combine port number 5 and 6. You can configure IP address here, for example, 70.70.70.1/24 ping service. You can click on OK. Done. So you can create your aggregate interface, you can create your logic interface, you can configure your physical interface, you can create your this interface. Now you can click on create, you can click on interface, and now we have another option. It's called software switch. Software switch is a part of layer 2 firewall discussion. When we will talk about layer 2 firewall box, we will discuss software switch interface. So this is our topic, guys. This is our topic, how to configure interface. And this is our first topic, everyone. Any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Let's continue our routing section, but not today. We can start our routing section on next coming Saturday. And guys, please revise your basic routing concept. In case if you are looking for a basic routing video, so what you can do, you guys can follow this video. 3-hour session on routing section. Okay, everyone. Please revise your routing concept. Please revise your routing concept before our session, before our next session. Let's continue now.
Sure, sir.
Session on next Saturday. Bye, everyone. Take care, guys. Good night.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you,
night,
sir.
sir.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's start. So we are completed our introduction and initial configuration bit. Introduction and initial configuration. Today we can focus on routing section. How to configure routing on Fortinet firewall box. So if you talk about routing concept, guys, we have 3 options, right? Static routing, dynamic, or first default, and then dynamic routing option. In dynamic routing, we have protocols. RIP, OSPF, and BGP. We can configure these protocols option on Fortinet. So for routing discussion, let's create a topology. Please wait 2 minutes. I'm trying to create a topology for this routing concept. Please wait, I'm creating a small topology for routing configuration. I will explain this topology. So port number 1, we are using as a management port. Port number 2, we are using as a LAN port, and port number 3 is a WAN port. So let's configure IP address. Here we have LAN network. So LAN 200.0/24. This portion is called WAN portion or outside portion 10.1.23.0/24, and for routes we are creating loopback on both the routers. Loopback /32 on R1 2.2.2.2/32. Let's start our basic configuration first, everyone. Any problem into this topology? We have LAN router and outside router. Any problem? Shreyas, Kancham, Jian?
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, no, sir.
Okay, so let's do the basic configuration first. Okay, wait. I'm trying to configure IP address on port number 1 through CLI, and rest we can configure through graphical page. Firewall will take time, so let's configure our inside and outside router. You can see, guys, as per our topology, I'm trying to configure port number R1. I'm trying to configure R1 interface fast Ethernet 0/0 200.255.255.0 no shutdown. Let's create loopback here. 1.1.1.1/32. Done. Show IP interface brief. Let's go on R2 0/0 10.1.23.10 255.255.255.0/24. Loopback 2.2.2 as per our topology /32. Show IP interface brief. Now let's go on firewall. Wait. Jayanand, please turn off your mic here. If you have any question, you can unmute.
Okay, sir.
Config system interface. I'm trying to configure port number 1. So guys, you can see set mode static, set IP address 192.168.255.190 as per my topology, my scenario. /24 set allows HTTP, HTTPS, ping, SSH service. This cloud is what? It's my laptop. So let's try to access from my laptop 192.168. 192.168.255.190. If you have a connectivity, you can access. Username is admin and password 123. Let's configure interface option. So you can click on network, you can click on interface. You can select your interface. As per our topology, port number 2 we are using as a LAN port. So alias, I'm using LAN 200.200.200.1/24 ping service. Let's configure our WAN port number 3 we are using as a WAN port. So WAN alias and 10.1.23.1/24 ping service. Any problem in basic configuration, everyone? Clear now? Basic
Clear,
configuration.
sir. Clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So now let's focus on our routing part. So in routing, we can first discuss about static routing, then default and dynamic. Dynamic routing, RIP, OSPF, and BGP. So now you can go onto your firewall box and see, guys, for routing configuration, we have these options. See, static route and advanced routing option. With this tab, you can configure your static and default. And for dynamic routing, you can say, or in Fortinet firewall box, you can say advanced routing. Yes, you can configure. Let's focus on static and default routing. So you can click on static route. And here you can create your entry. You can create your, this is not your routing table. If you want to verify your routing table, so command is what? Get router info routing table all. With this command, you can verify your routing table information. So right now we have only directly connected interfaces. You can see as per our topology, what we have directly connected 200 network, 10.1.23 network, and 192.168.90. So we have directly connected interface information. Now let's create an entry. So as per our task, as per our topology, my task is what? I want to configure static routing for inside network, static routing, and for outside route, I'm trying to configure default. So static routing for LAN network and default routing for WAN state. You can click on create new. If you click on create new, you can see, guys, these options are available. What you can do, you can create a new static route entry. But this option is only for IP version 4. It's only for IP version 4. In case if you have IP version 6 in your network, then in IP version 6, if you want to configure static and default routing, then so this option is not enabled here. What you can do, you can click on system, you can click on feature visibility, and here you can enable IPv6 next generation IP feature. You can enable. You can click on apply. This time, if you go onto the network, if you click on static route, if you click on a static route, if you click on create new, you can see both options are available, IP version 4 and IP version 6. It's up to you. Our focus is on IP version 4, but yes, I will tell you how to configure, how to work with IP version 6 static and default route. No problem, I will tell you. But our focus is on IP version 4 static and default route. You can click on IP version 4, and now we can create entry. what we are doing, we are trying to create new static entry. With this tab, you can configure your static and default route. See, syntax is same, everyone. If you guys remember static and default routing syntax from CCNA classes, so it's the same syntax. He's asking for destination information, asking for destination. And in destination, you have two options. Subnet, either you can go with the subnet option or you can select internet services. So let's talk about subnet first. So if you have destination IP address information, destination subnet information, you can define here. For example, as per our task, we are trying to configure static routing for LAN site. So our remote network is, our destination network is 1.1.1. So this is destination network, mask, and gateway. Gateway is next hop IP. Next hop IP address is 200.200.10 we are using. So you can go onto your firewall box and you can create your entry for if anyone trying to go 1.1.1.1/32, so they can go via gateway 200.200.10 interface. So our exit interface is LAN port number 2. Now here we have an option administrative distance. Here we have an option administrative distance. What is administrative distance? If you guys remember from CCNA classes, least AD value is more preferred, right? Least value more preferred, right? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
And the value is varying between 0 to 255. So the default AD value in static, default AD value in Fortinet is 10. Want to configure static and default routing, default AD value is 10. If you go into the Cisco, so the AD value is what, 1. But in Fortinet, it's a 10. So let's go with the default option. Now you can click on OK. You can click on OK and you have an entry. You have an entry. What you have? If anyone trying to go this particular destination, they can go with this gateway, exit interface, status is enabled, administrative distance is 10, priority value. What is priority value? We'll discuss later. Okay, we'll discuss later. But right now, let's focus on this information. Let's create one more entry. So for outside, I'm trying to configure default route, IPv4. What is default route syntax? Any network, any mask. So if anyone trying to go any network, any mask, I'm trying to configure default route. What's ISP? So gateway is 10.1.23.10. We are using 23.10 here. So gateway is next hop IP 10.1.23.10. Exit interface is port number 3. You can click on OK. So this is entry. This is not a routing table. Okay, this is entry. If you want to verify your routing table, so you can type again. You can use a command get router info routing table, or this time you can see, guys, you have two entry. Static route, if anyone trying to go 1.1.1, they can go via this gateway, exit port, and AD value is 10. Asterisk default, it's called what? Default route. If anyone trying to go this unknown destination, they can go via 10.1.23.10. So if you have a route, in case if you have a route in your routing table, so you can verify your connectivity. You can verify your connectivity from this firewall device. If I'm trying to ping 1.1.1, I'm getting reply. If I'm trying to ping 10 dot, no. If I'm trying to ping 2.2.2, I'm getting reply. So we have a reachability. Any problem in static and default routing configuration? Kansham, Sayyed, Praveen, Jianand?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, now see, please turn off your mic, please turn off. Okay, now what we have, see, if you go on, now so we can create an entry. Now let's talk about another scenario. Okay, into this topology, for example, if we have a primary and secondary option, in my organization I have primary primary connection and secondary connection. For example, let's add one
Sir,
more.
one doubt, sir.
Yes, sure.
Sir, that LAN 200.200.200.0,
Mhm.
this IP where it is configured, sir? In firewall port 2 or this R1, sir?
Firewall port 2, see.
Firewall port 2, right?
On firewall, I'm using 200, 201. Okay.
Okay.
And if you talk about this entry 10 we are using on R1. So from firewall, if I'm trying to go this side, so this is what? Next hop, right?
Yeah, yes.
And onto this next hop interface, we are using 200, 210. We
Yeah,
are
okay,
using
okay.
200, 210. Clear now my point?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Clear now?
Yeah, clear now, clear.
Okay. Now, so now let's talk about another scenario, everyone. If I have primary and secondary option, then if I have a primary and secondary, for example, this network is primary. Wait.
We have to have two entry and with administrative distance different.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Let's create. Okay. Let's so for example, this is your WAN 2. WAN link. WAN 2, it's a secondary network. 10.1.32.0 network. And this side is what? Primary connection. So what we can do, we can configure IP address on port number 3 and port number 4. So we have IP address on port number 3. It's a WAN 1, for example. So let's change area's name. It's a WAN link, WAN 1. Click on OK. Let's configure port number 4. Port number 4 we are using as a secondary port. So WAN 2, for example, WAN 2. IP address 10.1.23. Not 23, 32.1/24. Ping service, click on OK. Let's create one more entry for default route. We have an entry. If anyone trying to go unknown destination, they can go via ISP side. This R2 is acting as ISP. Now I am creating one more entry. If anyone trying to go on same destination, what? Unknown destination. So they can go via 10.1.32.10. Next hop IP. Interface WAN 2 port number 4. And in case if I want to use this route as a secondary, so I can change my AD value. You can go with the 25. So you can see, guys, we have for unknown destination, we have two entry. For unknown destination, we have two entry. You can go via 10.1.23.10, and via this side AD value is 10. And again, we have another entry for unknown destination. If anyone trying to go same unknown destination, they can go via 10.1.32.10. Via this side, AD value is 25. So as per our basic routing switching concept, least AD value is more preferred, right? Best route will stall into the routing table. So in case if I'm trying to verify my routing table with get router info routing table all, so you can see for any unknown destination, your gateway is 10.1.23.10. We have one more entry, but it's not available here, right? For a known destination, we have two entry. Yes or no? Praveen, Jianan,
Yeah, yes, sir, yes.
Ghanshyam.
Yeah.
We have two entry, but it's not available. Why it's not available? Because it's a
Priority.
routing table.
It will install best route.
Exactly, yes. In case if I want to verify all possible route, then what is the command? In case if I want to verify all possible route. So
In database, we will check.
yes, exactly. Get router info, database all. Wait. Get router info. Oh, sorry. Info routing table database, not database. So here we can get our information, see all possible routes. So for we have a 2 entry for unknown destination. We have 2 entry via this side, AD value is 25, via this side, AD value is 10. As per our routing switching concept, least AD value is more preferred. So that's why this route is stored into the routing table. Okay, via this side, we have a greater than symbol. It means it's a selected route. Clear now this concept? Everyone?
Yeah, please.
Now, in case via this side, for example, via the both side, if we have same metric in static routing, metric is what? AD value. In static routing, metric is AD value. Least AD value, more preferred. In case if we have same metric, then sorry, not yes, same metric, same AD value, then can anyone help me?
Highest IP address? No.
No.
Sorry.
No.
If we have same AD value via both side, then both the
both route will install in routing.
Exactly, yes. Both the route will install into the routing table. Get router info routing table, or see, both routes are available.
So does this do any load balancing? No, right?
Sorry, say it.
Does this after if we have both the AD values same? So
Yes.
Did it support load balancing?
Exactly, they are using load balancing. Yes.
Okay.
Now, but you know, say it. In static routing, we cannot go with the load balancing concept. Okay.
That's what I'm asking.
It's not possible. See, point is what? See, in dynamic routing, you can talk about load balancing technique. Okay. Here, I'm just giving option in case, for unknown destination, we have same metric value. So both the route will store into the routing table, right? Clear now my point, everyone?
Yeah, clear. But it will not do any load balancing.
No. Both the routes.
Okay.
They are using both the routes. Okay.
Okay.
Now. But so in this scenario, let's take example, everyone. In this scenario, I cannot change metric. For example, I cannot change metric. It means AD value is metric in the static and default routing. So I cannot change metric, for example. But I want to go with the primary and secondary. Then you can go with the concept is called priority value. You can go with the priority. What you can do via this side, see here is the option, advanced option. You can enable, you can see priority value. The lower one is the best. So via this side, I'm using 20, and via this side, I'm using priority value 35. You can click on OK.
Default is 0, right?
Default is 0, exactly, yes. I hope it's clear. If metric value is same, then tiebreaker is priority value. The route is having least priority value will install into the routing table. Now this concept is what? So now you can click on create new, you can click on IP version 4 static route, and you can define your subnet. So in case if you have destination information, destination subnet information, you can put the information, you can define your gateway, exit interface, done. Now we have another option in Fortinet, internet services. So in Fortinet right now we have, see this Fortinet is not connected with Fortigate server. It's not connected with internet. So we have a default option. See, if you click here, so we have 1361 internet services information. See, these are the internet services. For example, we don't know Facebook, Instagram, IP address, but here we have an object. These are the predefined object. You can just select and you can define your gateway. For example, if anyone trying to go Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, so they can go via, just example, 10.1.32.10. They can go via WAN to port number 4. So what we have, as per this entry, if anyone trying to go If anyone trying to go unknown destination, they can go at 23.10. But if anyone trying to go Facebook, Instagram, they can go via this 10.1.32. You don't know. As a firewall administrator, you don't know what is the IP address on Facebook, Instagram. It's a Fortinet responsibility. It's a Fortinet responsibility. Clear my point? Clear now?
Yeah, clear.
Clear.
Yes. Wait.
So that object is predefined object, right? So it can be anything that we can define, like YouTube. If you want to, send a traffic for YouTube or something, then we can define that particular entry.
Yes, it's a predefined object. Okay, and we have 1361 services information. Okay, if this firewall box is connected with the FortiGuard server, so you can download other information, other internet services information. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone, please wait 1 minute. Okay, everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, now. So, okay, now this option is for IP version 4. In case if you are working with IP version 6, it's a very simple task. You can click on IP version 6 static route. And guys, if you have an idea about IP version 6, you can. Okay, if you have idea. So IP version 6, it has 192-bit, right? IPv6 has 100.
I think it's 128.
Thank you. Yes. It's a 128-bit, and it is in a decimal format, right?
Decimal format.
No, it's in a hexadecimal format.
Hexa format. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, hexa.
It is in a hexadecimal format. Okay. So if you guys have an idea about the IPv6 address format, if you don't know, no problem. You can go and watch the video. We have some videos on IP version 6 on channel. This is not advertisement. Okay, I'm just giving you an idea. See, if you're looking for IP version 6, so we have some video. Let me check. We have some video on IP version 6. What is IP version 6? IP version 6. Multiple videos we have on IP version 6. You guys can watch. You can get the basic idea. Now, so in case if you have destination information, for example, 2001:10:1:56:/64, gateway is 2001:10:1:45:1. Just example. This is destination information, gateway, and exit interface. For example, port number 6. You can click on OK. So you can create IP version 6 entry. I hope it's clear. It's a very simple task. Ansham, Jayanand, Praveen.
Clear.
Yeah, clear.
Praveen, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Praveen, okay. Praveen, आपने routing finish कर लिया है क्या?
नहीं सर, अभी स्टैटिक पे हूँ अभी।
आपका जो मॉर्निंग का बैच है उसमें उस बैच में राउटिंग चल रही है ना?
यस सर।
तो सर ने
स्टैटिक
स्टैटिक करा
राउटिंग।
दिया?
हाँ
ठीक है परफेक्ट। ठीक, स्टैटिक राउटिंग का कोई डिसएडवांटेज बताओगे आप? Praveen? No, Ghanshyam, please wait. Ghanshyam, please. Praveen, static routing का कोई drawback है?
अभी go through नहीं किया
अभी go through नहीं किया?
नहीं।
ओके चलो, लेकिन आप स्टडी कर लीजिएगा, ठीक है ना? चलो ठीक है. Now we can focus on RIP, OSPF and BGP configuration. Okay, everyone. Praveen, Sir Ghanshyam, Jayaran, Syed. Let's talk
Yeah.
about these
Sure.
options, guys. It's called advanced routing. Advanced routing concept. Advanced routing. So right now these options are visible. Why? Because if you go and check, if you click on system, if you click on feature visibility, you can see, guys, advanced routing. This option is available. This option is enabled. So you can, if in case if it is disabled, if you click on apply, you can click on network, and you can see no option for RIP, OSPF, and BGP. You can only configure static route. So in case if you are working with any firewall device and the advanced routing options are not visible, so you can go into the system, you can click on feature visibility, and you can enable advanced routing. You can click on apply. You can click on apply. Done. Now see, if you click on network, see, now these options are visible. So let's talk about RIP configuration. RIP configuration. Okay, let's delete these options. Wait. So I'm trying to configure RIP. RIP is called RIP is stand for routing information protocol,
Routing
right?
information.
And RIP always works with bandwidth, right, Syed? RIP always works with bandwidth, right?
No hop count.
Hop count. Thank you so much. So now RIP works with hop count. So let's configure RIP on R1 first. Router RIP. Everyone, router RIP version 2 on Cisco router 200.200.200.0, and then loop back. You can see 1.1.1. No auto summary. Let's go on R2. Router RIP version 2. Network 10.1.23.0. Network 2.2.2. No auto summary. Now let's go on to the firewall box. On Fortinet. See, so you can go with the version. Okay, we have version 1, version 2. We are using version 2. Why? Because version 2, in version 2, it sends update via multicast, right? And it support authentication. It's a classless. That's why we are using version 2. How to advertise network? So 200.200.200.0/24 10.1.23.0/24. Just click on apply. Done. Just click on apply. Done. Configuration. If you go and check your routing table this time, get router info routing table all. If you check your routing table this time, you are receiving some route information with R. What is R? R is called RIP. So if anyone trying to go 1.1.1.1, you can go via this side. For 2.2.2, you can go via this side, and 120 is an AD value. 120 is an administrative distance. So it's a very simple task. You can decide your version, you can advertise your network, you can click on apply. In case if you want to use other options in RIP, like you can click on interface, you can click on create new, and here you can go with the passive interface concept, or you can go with the authentication option. What is passive interface? It's a routing switching concept. What is passive interface? Any idea? If you don't know, please revise your CCNA.
RIP message will not send on this.
It's don't send update, right?
Yes.
But it listening the request, listening
Yes.
packets. So yes, passive interface. See, passive interface is a common concept. Passive interface. It's a common concept for RIP, for EIGRP, for OSPF. Authentication, yes. If we talk about authentication, so we have two type of authentication. Can anyone help me? We have two type of authentication.
MD5
simple
plain.
password.
Cipher and
MD5.
Cipher and MD5.
Yes, MD5, right? Okay, if you guys remember from CCNA classes, RIP, OSPF, RIP, OSPF. So RIP and OSPF, they can go with the simple password authentication, or you can go with the MD5. So it support both. If you talk about EIGRP and BGP, in EIGRP and BGP, it support only MD5 authentication. RIP and OSPF, it supports simple password authentication and MD5 both. So in case if you want to select any interface as a passive interface, Anand, you can just select your interface. You can select your interface. Let me show you guys. See, if you want, so I can share this CCNA slide in case if you require.
Okay, sir, share me.
Okay. So what is passive interface? Passive interface is a command you can use in RIP, OSPF, and EIGRP. See, it disables sending multicast update via a specific interface. Also listening to incoming updates from other RIP neighbor. So you can enable this concept. Just enable this option and select your interface. Done. If you want to go with the authentication, you can enable this authentication tab, and here is options: simple password authentication and MD5. It's up to you. Simple password or MD5. I'm not configuring, I'm only giving you idea. Now, if you want to go with the advanced option, you can click on this plus sign and you can change the metric. RIP always works with hop count. If you want to change hop count, you can. If you want to inject any default route into this RIP, you can just enable. And if you guys remember, in RIP, we have timers, update timer, flush timer, same. These options are available. You can change update, timeout, garbage. In case if you want to redistribute any routing method into RIP, what is redistribution? We can exchange different routing protocol information with each other, right?
Yes.
For example, if we have R1, R2, and R3. In between R1 and R2, I'm using RIP protocol, for example. In between R2 and R3, I'm using OSPF. So in case if you want to exchange different routing protocol information with each other, you need to configure redistribution onto this common router. It's a CCNA concept. Redistribution is a CCNA concept. So you can just enable. For example, I want to redistribute OSPF route. You can just enable, click on apply. Done. Any problem in RIP configuration? Simple.
Yeah, simple.
Anyone? And Shyam, Sayed, Jayanand, Praveen.
Simple, sir. It's
Yeah,
simple.
Now we can focus on OSPF. Let's delete these options and Now let's go with the OSPF. So remember guys, OSPF works with area concept, and we need to create area 500 because it's a backbone area, right, Jayanand? Area 500 is a backbone area, right? Jayanand?
Yeah, I
Area
don't know.
0.
Yeah, I don't know, sir.
Area 0, sir. Area 0 is a
Yes,
backbone.
yes. Jayanand,
Yeah, yes, sir. I don't know. I don't know this.
you don't know?
Yes.
It's a routing concept, it's required. Okay?
Okay.
Quite required. See, season is required. See, let me tell you. You can go and check on our YouTube channel. Okay, we have some
Yeah,
videos
okay, sir.
on routing. You have to watch it. It's a required. Okay, to configure any device, any L3 device, routing is required. Okay.
Yeah,
so
yes, sir. Routing is regard.
routing.
But yeah,
Have you done
but
your
this
CCNA
RI.
training, Jianan?
No, sir. No.
Please complete your CCNA. Okay, this can help you for any training, not only firewall. Any
Okay.
training. Okay.
Okay, sir. How many hours course, sir?
Sorry.
Within 1 month we can finish. 1 or 15 days.
Yes, you can finish. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Otherwise, you can purchase videos. Okay. No need
Yeah,
to go
okay.
for live session.
Yeah. Okay.
If you don't have time, so you can purchase the video bundle and you can watch it. So you can watch
Yeah,
it
okay, sir.
in a 10 to 15 days. You can finish. Otherwise, season will take 1.5 months.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
And
Okay,
right
okay,
now
sir.
it's required. That's why I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay. So now OSPF is what? OSPF works with area concept. OSPF works with area. We can create area 0, right, Sayed?
Sir.
Area 0.
Area 0.
Ghanshyam, area 0 is called backbone area.
Yes.
So the concept is we can create multiple areas. And if you are creating multiple areas, so you need to create area 0 first. And if you have other area like area 10, 20, 30, so all the area or rest of the areas are directly connected with the area 0. So you can define router ID here. For example, I'm using 2.2, not, I'm using 22.22.22.22. Now area, yes, you can create areas here. Area, so you can create area 0, 10, 20. See, you can create first area, then you can advertise your network. And okay, let's create area first. You can click on area. So here we have regular area. Like area 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, you can create. If you guys are familiar with the CCNP concept or advanced OSPF concept, so these are what OSPF spatial area, NSSA area, and stub area.
Non-so stub area.
Okay, so but right now our focus is on simple regular area. So let's create area 0. 0.0.0.0. It's area 0. You can click on OK. You can click on create new. For example, in case if I want to create area 10, 0.0.0.10, you can click on OK. See, so like this, you can create multiple area. For example, 0.0.0.20. Click on OK, area 20, done. Now you can advertise your network. So let's go on to the router first. I'm trying to delete a RIP configuration. And let's configure R1 router OSPF process ID 10.1.23.0 wildcard mask area 0. I'm trying to advertise all the devices into area 0. So R1, it's not 23. On R1 we have 200 network. So 200.200.200.0 wildcard mask area 0. Network 1.1.1 wildcard mask area 0. Now R2 router OSPF 5 network 10.1.23.0 wildcard mask area network 2.2.2 wildcard mask area 0. Let's go on to the firewall device. Now I have some areas I can advertise. As per our topology, we have area 0 right now. So let's advertise our 200 network 200.200.200.0/24 into area 0. If you click, you can get all area information. So I am trying to advertise into area 0. You can click on OK. Click on create, and now 10.1.23.0/24 area 0. You can click on OK. Done. Now you can click on apply. Done. Configuration done. Now you can go and check on your firewall device. You can go and check on your router and firewall. So let's go on to the firewall first. Get router info routing table all. So you can get information. O is called what? OSPF. It means
OSPF.
it's the same area. If routes are coming from different areas, so you will get a flag OIA. It's called OSPF, inter-area communication. Right now, we are using single area for all the devices. So, see, AD value 110. Done, our configuration. In case if you want to use other options, other OSPF options, so you can click on create. And same, see, here is the option. You can, in case if you want to change your cost onto this interface, for example, I want to change my cost on port number 2, you can select, you can change your cost. Here we have authentication, so you can select simple password or MD5. In case if you want to change your timer, like hello timer, tell interval, you can. I'm not changing, I'm giving you an idea, you can change. If you click on this advanced option, you can see you can inject any default route into OSPF. In case like RIP, if you want to configure passive interface, you can just select, you can click onto this plus sign, you can select your interface, click on apply. In case like RIP, if you want to redistribute this OSPF into any routing methods, so you can, for example, I want to redistribute in RIP, you can enable, just click on OK. Done, our configuration. Clear now, everyone?
Yes,
Clear,
clear.
sir.
Okay, now let's take a break for 5 minutes, then we can go on to the BGP configuration. 5 minutes. We can start at 11. Please turn off your mic. Hello, Anand.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, my suggestion is what? No need to spend your money in training. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Because training will take 45 days.
Yeah, okay.
That's why you need to purchase video bundle.
Okay.
And in a week, in a week or in 10 days, try to watch the video, all the videos.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Every
Then
day
I want to learn
every
this
day 2
R1,
hour.
R2. Yeah.
Every day you can watch 3 hour or 4 hour videos, and you can finish in 10 to 15 days your routing concept.
Yeah. Okay, okay, sir.
Yes.
Sure, sir. Then this R1, R2 configuration, router configuration also, I don't know, sir.
That's
Here you
why
are doing right now.
that's why I'm telling you, it's a part of CCNA. It's a
Okay.
part of CCNA. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay. You are working on firewall device, or you are in another domain?
See, I'm a substation automation engineer. Here
Okay.
in our system, cybersecurity engineer, they are configuring firewall, everything. So I
Okay.
want to learn this one.
But
I know this is basic configuration.
first you need to learn CCNA. Okay.
Yeah.
CCNA is
Okay.
required. Yes.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Now please turn off your mic.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, can you hear me? Ghanshyam, Jayanand, Praveen, Sayed.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's continue now our topic. So now we can configure BGP on firewall device. So I'm trying to configure BGP in between this router and this firewall. So what is BGP? Everyone remember BGP, border
Gateway protocol.
gateway protocol, right? It's a EGP protocol. It's called exterior gateway protocol. So for example, this R1 is a part of AS number 100. It's a part of AS number 100. And this firewall is a part of AS number 200. So I'm trying to configure BGP onto this router. So let's delete no router OSPF 5. Now, how to configure BGP on Cisco router? It's a very simple task. Router BGP AS number. So wait, it's not a 10, it's not 10, it's 100 as per our task. So router BGP local AS. BGP, it's a local AS. Now you are in BGP configuration, so you can use a command neighbor, right? Neighbor command 200.200.200.1 as per your topology. And now 200.200.201 is a part of remote AS 200, right?
200.
Done. Now you can advertise your network. Network 200.200.200.0 mask 255.255.255.0. In case if you want to advertise your loopback, you can mask 255.255/32. Let's go on firewall. So on firewall, I'm trying to configure BGP. It's the same syntax. Let me show you. It's the same syntax. It's the same syntax. Let's go here. Wait. No, for BGP configuration, you can click on BGP and see same syntax. See, router BGP local AS. So now I'm on firewall. On firewall, local AS is 200. So he's asking for local AS. So local AS is 200. Router ID. So in BGP, we can configure router ID. For example, 33.33.33.33. It's a 32-bit address. Now asking for neighbor address. Same syntax, neighbor address. So click on create new. Now IP address is 200.200.200.10 and remote AS is 100. You can click on OK. Done. You can advertise your network. So 200.200.200.0/24. Another network we have is called 10.1.23.0/24. Click on apply. Click on apply. Done. Our configuration. Now, guys, you can move on to the firewall device. You can verify on router first. See, BGP neighbor is up. Show IP BGP summary. So you can get your neighbor information. Show IP BGP. You can get your route information. If you go and check on your firewall device, get router info routing table all. So wait, it's taking time. Show IP route. Please wait. I'm not receiving routes. Please wait. Now we are receiving route information with B. B is called what? BGP, Border Gateway Protocol. If you check on your firewall device, so this time we are receiving 1.1.1 with B. Ansham, clear? Praveen, Jayanand,
Clear, sir.
Sayed.
Yes, clear.
Clear, sir.
Sir, what is that 200.1 and 200.10 IP, sir? Where you
200.10, this one.
Yeah, this one, and from there you configure 200.1.
200.1.
Both.
See, we are using IP in between router and firewall, okay?
Okay.
In between router and firewall, I'm using 200 network. Onto this router, I'm using 200, 210, and same series of IP address I'm using on my directly connected interface. So here I'm using 200, 200, 200.1.
Okay, okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is our routing configuration. Okay. Routing configuration. Now we can focus on NAT, but not today, everyone. NAT we can start tomorrow. Okay, Ghanshyam, Sayyid, Jayanand,
Okay, sir.
Praveen.
Okay, okay.
NAT we can start. And see guys, tomorrow I will finish my batch 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. batch. So from next Saturday, you guys can connect at 9:30. Okay. From
9:30.
4th February, you guys can connect at 9. I will update you in group. Okay. No problem.
Okay, sir.
But it's a
Sir,
fix.
one thing.
9:30 we can start.
Sir, lab, when we can set up lab?
We can set up our lab tomorrow. No problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can help everyone to set up the lab.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye
Thank
everyone.
you.
Let's continue our NAT concept. Okay, everyone. Can you hear me, Ghanshyam? Say, let's start our topic now. Everyone. Let's start our discussion now.
Yes, sir.
I
I
have
can
a
hear
same
you.
topology. I have a same topology right now. One Fortigate power box with LAN network and WAN network. So let me configure this interface first. Please wait. Same port number 1 I'm using as a WAN interface. And LAN port number 2. I'm using as a LAN port. So 192.168.1.190 as per my topology. Set allows HTTP, HTTPS, ping, and SSH. So let's try to configure. I'm doing basic configuration. Port number 1 I'm using as a WAN port, and port number 2 we are using as a LAN port. IP address I'm using on LAN side 200.201/24. Ping service. Let's create a default route for any destination or any mask. 1.1 is my gateway. So basic configuration means what? If you check here, if you check this topology, we have one Fortigate power box with WAN connectivity and LAN connectivity. So, and we have a default route towards ISP, just like a real scenario, one power box with LAN interface, WAN interface, and default routing towards ISP side. So I'm trying to initiate my traffic. Today, we can discuss our topic is called firewall policy. First, we can focus on what is firewall policy concept in Fortinet, how to create multiple rules here. So onto this inside machine, we have proper IP address configuration. Okay, proper IP address configuration means what? You can see, guys, as per our topology, we are using 200 network. So you can say on your LAN side computer, you have a proper IP address configuration. See, IP address, mask, gateway entry. Let me show you. IP address 130, mask, gateway entry, and DNS entry. Everything is okay. So from this inside machine, I'm trying to initiate my traffic. It means I'm trying to travel through the firewall box. So I'm trying to initiate my traffic. For example, ping google.com. If I'm trying to ping google.com, this traffic, Ghanshyam, Sayyed, this traffic will go and hit onto this firewall device, right?
Firewall.
Now, what firewall will do? Firewall will check this this traffic information of, okay, you want to go on google.com, right? Let me check my routing table. Is there any entry available in my routing table for this particular destination? So yes, in your firewall, in your firewall, you can check your routing table. You have a default route. Get router info routing table. Or you can check, guys, you have a default route towards your ISP. That means for any destination, you can go via ISP side. So you have a default route, but traffic is not traveling. See, traffic is not traveling. You cannot ping google.com. You cannot access google.com. Let's try to ping Facebook, for example. Facebook.com. And this traffic is not traveling. I cannot access. If I'm trying to access any website or something, if I'm trying to access, for example, google.com or facebook.com, I cannot access. Jayanam, dear, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, yes, sir.
Hi, good evening. You are late.
Yeah, yes, sir. Just now I came from office,
Please
sir.
be on, please be
Yeah,
on, okay?
yeah. Okay, sir.
Topic is security policy. We are trying to create to allow our traffic through the firewall box. We need to create security policy here. So I'm trying to initiate my traffic from inside machine, and this traffic is not traveling. We have a proper route in our routing table. Ghanshyam, right? Ghanshyam?
Route there.
Yes, we have a route. See, we have a route in our routing table, right? But traffic is not traveling because it's a firewall device. in Fortinet, if you want to allow traffic from one interface to another interface, you need to configure firewall policy. Clear my point, Sayed? Kansham,
Clear,
Jian?
sir. Clear.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
So guys, if you go and check, if you go onto your firewall device and if you go and check your firewall policy, for example, firewall policy, you can click on policy and object. Here is a tab, policy and object. You can click on firewall policy. You can see, guys, here we have a default rule, default firewall policy rule. See, we have a rule, and this rule name is what? Implicit deny. It's just an implicit deny. We have a default rule. It's available in your Fortigate firewall box. Implicit deny. It's a name. What exactly we have into this rule? So you can see, guys, into this rule, if any source is trying to communicate with any destination on any scheduled time to access any services, action is what? Deny. It means if you are trying to initiate your traffic, if you are trying to ping, if you are trying to access Facebook, Google, you are trying to hit this firewall policy. Clear my point? You are trying to hit this rule. Clear now?
Clear, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
As per
Clear.
this policy, it's the action is denied. So traffic is denied. But we are here to allow our traffic through the firewall box. Fortinet is not a zone-based firewall. If you go with Palo Alto, Checkpoint firewall box, Cisco FTD, they are what? They are zone-based firewall. In case if you are working with any zone-based firewall box, so as per zone-based firewall box concept, if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, you need to create policy. But Fortinet is not a zone-based firewall. In Fortinet, we have a concept. If you want to allow traffic from one interface to another interface, you need to configure firewall policy. So let's create a rule. Let's create our first rule to allow our traffic through the firewall device. So you can.
So
Yes.
one thing I have a doubt. Sir, any interface, it is that means any interface between any communication between any interface, it's implicit deny.
Exactly. Yes, it's denied. See,
Okay.
you can see this rule. Any source trying to access any destination, action is denied. Okay. So now let's create our rule to allow our traffic. So here is the option. You can click on create new. You can click on create new, and you can see, guys, there is a multiple option. You can see, guys, multiple options are there into your firewall policy configuration. So let's create our first rule. Let's create our first rule. Now, so I'm trying to create my new policy. You can give a name for this rule first. So I'm giving a name, for example, rule 1. You can give anything, LAN to WAN policy, okay, inside to outside rule policy. I'm using this name is called rule 1. Now, here you can define your incoming interface, your outgoing interface. So as per your task, you are trying to allow traffic from this incoming interface to this outgoing interface. You want to allow traffic from LAN to WAN. So your incoming interface is port number 2. Your outgoing interface is port number 1. As per your task, right now, we are trying to allow traffic from LAN to WAN side. So our incoming interface is LAN port number 2. Our outgoing interface is WAN port number 1. Now you can define your source IP address from this LAN interface port number 2. Which source you want to attach? Okay, you are configuring firewall policy for which source. You need to define here. You can click onto this plus sign. And now remember always, Fortinet, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, Cisco ASA, Cisco FTD, they all are object-oriented firewall. These are called object-oriented firewall. It means we can create object here, and these objects we can use in our configuration. For example, you can create IP address object, you can create user object, you can create internet services object. So let's start our discussion with IP address object. Okay, we can create IP address object. For example, we can create single IP address object. We can create subnet object. We can create a range object. And see, if you verify here, guys, we have some default IP address object. Default options are available. For example, if you go with this all option, if you go with this all, so you can see into this all object, what we have any source, any destination. So if you select any, it means from this incoming interface port number 2, you are creating your firewall policy for any source. So either you can go with the any source, otherwise if you want to create your object, you can click on create, you can click on address, and here is the option. Here's a multiple options. You can create subnet object, you can create IP address object, you can create fully qualified domain name, you can create geographical location object. Dynamic is not your topic. You can create MAC address object, no problem. Let's talk about subnet. For example, LAN-network. It's just a name. It's the object name everyone. Now you can define here your subnet. So as per my topology, my subnet is what? On LAN side, 200.200.0/24. You can click on OK. You can click on OK, and now this object you can attach in your firewall policy. It means from this incoming interface port number 2, I'm trying to attach my source. I'm trying to add my source LAN-network, and into this object, this is object name. Into this object, what we have IP address information.
So what is that option interface? Any?
Sorry?
There is an option in that when you created LAN network, right? In the address, this one, there is an option interface. So what is that, sir?
Interface.
Yeah. No. You created, right, already. The LAN network you created, right?
LAN network. Yes, it's object.
Yeah.
Okay, this interface.
Any.
It means, see,
yeah,
right now I'm using any. It means this IP address can come from any interfaces, okay?
Okay.
This IP address with any specific interface you can select. For example, you want to bind with any specific interface. For example, this 200 network always come from this interface.
LAN 2, correct.
So you can bind. So yeah.
Okay, got it, sir.
Okay. Now, so you guys can create a subnet object. Otherwise, you can click on create. You can click on address. And in case if you want to, for example, if you want to attach any specific IP address, for example, I want to create my firewall policy for a specific PC, specific IP address. So you can define it. For example, LAN, it's called marketing-user1. Marketing-user1. You can define IP address information. For example, 200.55, just example, /32. It means single IP address. You can click on OK. You can attach this object in your policy. For example, I'm creating my rule for this specific IP address 200.200.200.55. You can click on create. You can click on address. You can go with the range option. For example, in your LAN site. You have multiple computers. For example, 200, 200, 200, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So I want to configure my firewall policy for these 4 IP addresses. So what I can do, I can go with the range object 15 to 18. We have 4 IP addresses, so I can go with the range object, for example, 200.200.200.15 to 200.200.200.18, and you can give a name, for example, new team 5. You can click on OK. Done. Now you can attach this object new team 5. Any problem, Ghanshyam, Jianand, Sayed?
No,
No.
sir, it's okay.
Now let's go with the other options. So you can click on create, you can click on address, you can go with fully qualified. Okay, you can go with a fully qualified domain name. For example, you have you can give a name, for example, FTP-1, and fully qualified domain name is www.xyz.com. It's just an example, okay? XYZ is not available. It's just example. I have this URL, this fully qualified domain name, and I'm giving object name for this fully qualified domain name. You can click on OK. So no need to define complete information. You can just attach. I'm not trying to use this object into this configuration because XYZ is not available, but you can create your fully qualified domain name object. You can go with the geographical location. For example, I want to block all the IP address from China, for example.
Sir, your voice is cracking very much.
Okay, for everyone.
No, sir. No,
No, it's
for me,
clear
it's
for
clear.
me.
Ghanshyam, you can disconnect and connect again.
Hello.
Are you connected with mobile phone, Ghanshyam?
No. I'm using my laptop.
Okay, now it's clear. Are you using any headphone
Yeah,
or
now
earphone
it's-
something?
Yeah.
Are you using any headphone or earphone
Using
something?
headphone.
Headphone? Okay. Is
Yeah,
that
using headphone.
is that clear now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, clear.
Or you can
Okay, now it's clear.
Or you can disconnect and connect again, no problem. I can wait.
Mm.
Can you hear my
Okay,
voice
it's okay.
clearly?
Please go on.
Now it's clear for you? Ghanshyam, it's clear for you?
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear, sir.
Okay. Now we can go with the geographical location object. What is geographical location? For example, I want to block all the IP address from China. I want to block all the IP address from China, but I don't know the IP address series. Here we can attach. In Fortigate Firewall box, the good thing is what? In Fortigate Firewall box, we have all information. See, if you click here, we have all country information. Only you need to select. For example, you can give a name for this object. Block for everyone, and you can select your country information. You can click on OK. I'm not using this geographical location object as a source, okay, because China is not in my LAN. But yes, you can create geographical location object. Now it's the Fortigate Firewall box responsibility to identify this geographical location object IP address information, but you can create it. It's a very simple task. You can click on create, you can click on address, and you can define your country information with geographical location type. Now, dynamic is not your topic, but yes, you can create.
So the geography will be defined when we are. What is the case when we can define? Right now, what you're showing is the LAN. Okay.
For example, if you want to block all the IP address from China, say, if you want to block all the IP address
incoming, right?
Yes, exactly. See, this type of geographical location object, most of the time you are using when traffic is coming from outside.
Okay. When the traffic is coming into the network outside, from outside.
That's why I told you this object I'm not using right now into this policy because China is not in my LAN. But yes,
correct.
You can create and you can attach in your firewall policy. Clear now?
Clear, sir. Clear.
Now you guys can go with the MAC address. It's a good option. because IP address can change, but MAC address is fixed. So in case if you want to create MAC address object, so yes, you can select this type, and we have two options. Either you can go with a single MAC address, or you can go with the range of MAC address, start MAC address and end MAC address information you can put. I'm not creating, I'm giving you idea. You can go with a single MAC address object, you can create, and you can attach in your firewall policy. So right now, I'm not using these options. Right now, I'm going with the all right now, right? But yes, I will create multiple firewall policy and I will show you some information. I will show you. But right now, I'm going with the all right now. So source is any. Okay, here we have a next tab is called user. So you can create a user account information. Right now, I'm not talking about this tab. Why? Because we have a separate session for user discussion. Fortigate AD chapter number 8. Here we can discuss how to work with user account. But yes, right now I'm giving you the basic idea. You can create user account and you can attach in your firewall policy. Now, internet services, I'm not using internet services here. Why? Because internet is not available in my LAN. Right now, I'm trying to allow my traffic from LAN to WAN. So internet services, you can use for destination most of the time. So you can click on to this plus sign. And now see, here we have option. If you have destination IP address information, you can create your object and you can attach. In case if you want to attach internet services, for example, you want to attach internet services, you can attach as a destination. If you have destination IP address information, no problem, you can go with the address. But right now, I'm going with any destination IP. So you can see, guys, as per our policy, traffic is coming from LAN port number 2, trying to go on to the WAN port number 1. Source from LAN side, source is any, and destination IP address is any right now. Now, schedule, so you can set a schedule time. Right now, it's always selected. It means any time, any start time, any end time, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, any day. But in case if you want to create your own schedule time, for example, I want to allow this policy in between 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Thursday. So you can click on create. You can click on create. You can click on one-time schedule. And here's the option, one time, or you can go with the recurring option. One time or recurring. In one time, you can see you can define a name. You can select your start date. You can select your start date and time, end date and time. And pre-expiration event log and number of days before you can decide. If you want to go with the more option, days option, for example, so you can click on recurring. In recurring, you can see, guys, we have some other information like days we can decide. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Start time, end time, we can define. So you can create your schedule time as per your requirement. But right now I'm using always. Now you can attach your service information. Service information, once it will match all the parameters, now you can select your service information. See, we have multiple services. Protocols, you can say, guys. You can see here we have some general services, web access services, file access services, email services. So if you want to attach any services with your policy, you can just click. You can just select. Right now, I'm trying to allow any services. So let's go with the all. Right now, I'm trying to allow everything. So action is services is what? All, any protocol, any services. So now once it will match all the parameters, so now you can take action. You can go with the accept, means allow, or you can go with the deny, it means block. So now in case if you want to accept, if you want to allow, yes, we are here to allow our traffic. So you can click on accept. If you click on accept, so you can see you can utilize these options. If traffic is accept, it means traffic is traveling through the firewall box. And if traffic is traveling through the firewall box, so you can utilize these options. But in case if you select deny, option, it means traffic is not traveling through the firewall box. And if traffic is not traveling through the firewall box, so yes, you cannot utilize these options. See, options are not available. So right now we are trying to allow some traffic. You can click on accept. And if traffic is traveling, so Fortinet firewall device will inspect this traffic. So if traffic is traveling, you can select your inspection mode. If traffic is traveling, you can select your inspection mode. So your firewall can inspect this traffic. And we have a 2 mode. You can go with the flow-based inspection method, or you can go with the proxy-based inspection method. What is the difference between flow-based and proxy-based? Let me show you. Everyone, I'm giving you 2 minutes. Everyone, please read this information. Ghanshyam, Jianan, Sayyid. Everyone, please read this information. What is the difference in between flow-based and proxy-based? You can see. Ghanshyam, Jianan, Sayyid, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Please
Sir,
read this information. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Please read this information.
Okay.
Is it clear now? Ghanshyam, Jianan, Sayyid?
Yeah, clear, sir.
Yes,
Everyone?
clear.
So which one is a good option?
Yeah.
Which inspection method is good? Ghanshyam, Sayyid?
Proxy based, sir.
Proxy based. Then why we are using proxy based? Why this?
Sir, flow basis option is there, but it is not secure. Okay, and it is it's faster, but proxy base is slower, but it is more secure and more features are available. And here in the flow base, less secure profile available.
But the point is what?
It will depend on customer infrastructure and requirement.
Yes, exactly. See, the point is what? Yes, now we know the difference in between flow-based and proxy-based, right? Flow-based is less secure, but it's a faster. So, it's depend upon your scenario, your requirement. Okay, for example, Sayed, for some applications, for some traffic, I want faster response. Gen. Okay, I don't care about security. I want faster response. For example, video conferencing, video traffic. Sayed. In that case, I can go with the flow base. Clear now, my point? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So now here's the option. What you can do, guys, you can select. You can just select your inspection method. For example, let's go with the default one, flow base. Now, once you select your inspection method, now you can see there's a NAT option. I'm not talking about NAT right now, no, because we have a separate topic, dedicated topic.